Okay, guys, systems of equations. Systems of equations. What's the difference between systems of equations and systems of inequalities? We shade inequalities, right? Okay. How many solutions are there to a system of equations? This is a trick question. How many solutions are there to a system of equations? A set amount. That's a very good way to put it. Okay. When we did systems of linear equations, how many solutions were there? One, right? But a couple days ago when we did systems of non-linear equations, some of them were linear, but for the most part they were non-linear. How many solutions did we get? Sometimes one, sometimes two, sometimes zero, sometimes three. I guess it would really depend on how many equations we had, right? Although we haven't done any yet that have three. I'm not saying we won't. I'm saying we haven't done any yet. Dun dun dun. Okay. How many solutions are there to a system of inequalities? There's an infinite amount, isn't there? Sometimes that infinite set is bigger or smaller depending on the size, and depending on where we shade, but there's a lot, right? No. It just really depends on where we shade. Although that's a point that's up for discussion. Like, honestly. Because even if we have a triangle that we're shading, how many points are in that shape? An infinite. It's just a smaller set of infinite. This is getting into way, way upper level math, and that's okay. That's okay. All right. There are bigger and smaller sets of infinite numbers. That seems really weird, though, doesn't it? If I said the set of all real numbers, that's one size of an infinite set, right? But what if I said all the evens? Only even real numbers. It's still an infinite set, right? But doesn't it seem like it would have to be smaller? Like half as big? Okay, I don't want to talk about that anymore. That hurts my brain. Okay, so let's look at this system right here. This is the system of inequalities. Okay, we have two that we're dealing with right now. How do we get the points for these values? You want to do that? Okay, we can put the equation in. Whoa. Put the equation into our calculator. Whoa. I don't want that. Control T. So if I had x squared plus x, minus 6. So negative 4 is 6. Okay, good. Negative 3 is 0. This is a negative 4. This is a negative 6. Whoa. Is mine broken? Because I got negative 6 2 times in a row. It must be broken. Okay, what about the other one? X plus 3. I'm going to make a guess and say 3 is 6. Oh my gosh, I'm so amazing. Okay. So I need to plot this first one, right? I need to plot the first one. Negative 4, 6. Negative 3, 0. -2, -4, -1, -6, 0, -6, 1, -4, 2, 0. How do we decide where to shade? If we choose 0, 0, right? 0 squared is 0, plus 0 is 0. 0 minus 6 is -6. 0 is greater than -6. Is 0 greater than -6? Yes. So I'm going to shade toward that point. So I'm shading inside the parabola, right? But remember, am I actually shading right now? No, I'm just telling myself where I'm going to shade. Okay? What about this one? Let's plot these now. -3, 0, -2, 1, -1, 2, 0, 3, 1, 4, 2, 5. God bless you. 3, 6. Zero, let's see, 0 is less than 3. True? So I'm shading there, right? Any questions so far? Okay, if you hold on just a second, I gotta show you something. You're shady. What? Did I get it right? Huh. And if you'll notice, guys, they actually really did it right because, watch this. If I go back up here, and instead of less than or equal, I choose less than. Look at the line. It's dotted. It will help you. It will help you remember if you choose the right ones. Okay? So list some points that are in the solution or the shaded region. 0, 0. 1, 0. Okay, we got to talk about this. Is 2, 0 in the shaded region? Because it's less than or equal, 2, 0 does work. It is on the edge of the region, right? But because of the fact that these are less than or equal or greater than or equal, those count. Will they always count? No. Okay, one more. Give me one more. Jesse said 2, 2. Are we good? So on this worksheet right here, you're going to do number 4. Notice, please, in your test study notes on the board, which ones I want you to know how to do for the test. 1 and 4. Okay? Can you do 2 and 3? If you want extra credit. Yeah, absolutely. Okay? The next worksheet I gave you is about macaroni. Some of you are getting a little too excited about macaroni, although it is delicious. Okay? To package its brand of microwave macaroni and cheese, a company must design a box with the given specifications. The box must be twice as long as it is wide. Oh, look, they already have that mark for you. If the width is x, the length is 2x, twice as long as it is wide. The volume of the box must be at least 100 square inches. The surface area of the box must be no more than 250 square inches. So we have a table set up for ourselves here. So how do we find the volume? Length times width times height. What if our choices are 2, 4, and 12? That's going to be 96. What's the surface area? I know it's a good question. That's why I asked it. So I want you to figure it out real quick. Maybe you don't know the formula off the top of your head, but you do know that if you take the area of all of the sides and add them up, that's surface area, right? Okay, so I have a problem with the two answers that you've given me so far. Okay, so volume is inches cubed and surface area inches squared. Okay, this is a This is a real life problem, right? I mean, not that we're going to be working at a macaroni company, but you don't know. You don't know. Okay, but we need to label what we're talking about. Okay, will it work? Well, one of those answers is right. Why is the answer no? The volume is less than 100, and it says the volume has to be at least 100. Okay? So do you see how we completed the table there? Finish that table. Okay? Rather than making a list of all possible dimensions, because that's ridiculous, ordered pairs for x and y can be graphed using a system of inequalities. Where did this inequality come from? The volume, right? Length, width, height has to be greater than or equal to 100. Where did this one come from? Surface area. Okay? So it's asking you to solve each of these for y. After you solve each of them for y, do we need to do that real quick? Okay? 2x squared, y is greater than or equal to 50 divided by x squared. How do you find this side right here? X times y. But that's 2 of them, right? How do you find this one right here? 2x squared, but there's 2 of them. And how do you find this side right here? 2xy, but there's 2 of them. This is 2xy. This is 4x squared. This is 4xy. So 4x squared is there. 2xy and 4xy is 6xy. Does that make sense? Okay, how do we solve it for y? Subtract 4x squared from both sides. 6xy is less than or equal to 250 minus 4x squared. Divide everything by 6x, yes? So y is less than or equal to 125 minus 2x squared over 3x. Guys, I didn't just make that up. Do you see where it came from? Okay. So now what it's asking you to do on 3 and 4 is use a calculator to help you sketch the graph of the system. Put each one of these into your calculator. You're going to have to fix your window. Transfer the information that you get. Guys, don't just like get some points from your table. You got tables, okay? Get some good points List several possible dimensions that would be included in the feasible region. Do you remember what that is? What's another way to say feasible region? Shaded area. Okay? Pick ones you think would make a good size box for such a product. Okay? You're going to do 3 and 4 by yourself, yes? Yeah, you need to calm down about that. You're too excited. Shady Acres. A rancher at Shady Acres can afford up to 300 feet of fencing to build a rectangular pen that must enclose an area of at least 2,600 square feet. I know that in Clyde, no one ever has to build pens. Yeah, I'm teasing. I'm teasing. Totally teasing. Okay? Any of you actually ever had to build a pen at your house? Or help out at the ag barn building a fence or a pen or something like that? Okay? This is real, yes? This is not just made up stuff. Okay? You're going to do the same kind of thing here. It does give you information. What it doesn't do is draw it for you this time. Yes, you have a drawing. Yes, you have a little guy with the pitchfork and a little rectangle with a question mark by his head. Okay? That's your dad? Oh, okay. But you're going to do this just like you did on the last one on Hey Macaroni. Okay? You're going to have to come up with the restrictions this time. On Hey Macaroni, they gave you the restrictions. You have to come up with them. You have to get them to Y. Choosing the correct sign, the correct inequality sign. Then graph them and choose dimensions from the feasible region, just like you did on the last one. You just have to do more work on this one. Your test study notes are on the board. We'll have a test study session after school today or before school tomorrow. Okay? Any questions? What, work by yourself, work with a partner, get it done. Kingston out.